Hello students, Devashish again from Dev's Learning Hub. Today we are going to take the class on trigonometry of class 10. This is the third class. In the first two classes I have covered examples or exercise as well as the overall idea of the trigonometrical ratios, the relation between them and the square formulas of trigonometrical ratio. So in this today's third class itself I am going to cover complementary angles. What is complementary angles and how to solve problems related to complementary angles, and then I will give few of the examples. So what I suggest you, please go through first two classes on trigonometry, trigonometrical identities. For what the link is given in the description section below for this particular video. In this triangle ABC, where angle A, BAC or CAB, this is 90 degree. Angle C, you can see it is 52 degree. Angle B, it is 8 degree. So altogether ABC, A plus B plus C, it is 180 degree. Now let's assume angle C, this is as alpha. This is as alpha. And angle B, assume this is as beta. Okay. So now, what is complementary angle? Complementary angle is in a rectangle triangle, if other than the 90 degree, rest two of the angles, summation of alpha plus beta, this is 90 degree. In that case, alpha is complementary angle of beta or beta is the complementary angle of alpha. That means if alpha plus beta, these two are 90 degree, then you can say alpha is the complementary angle of beta or beta is the complementary angle of alpha. Right? Now what is the use of complementary angle in trigonometry? Okay. Now by this time you know already what is sine theta. Whenever you will consider sine theta, tan theta, cos theta, any trigonometric ratio, when you will consider that angle that is considered the angle between hypotenuse and base. So this angle is actually complementary to each other, because if hypotenuse is fixed in a rectangle triangle but base and perpendicular, these two can be interchanging. That means when you will consider sine alpha, then you will consider perpendicular as AB. AB is perpendicular and BC is the hypotenuse, so P by H. But if you consider sine beta, in that case you will consider AB as base and AC as perpendicular. So this base and perpendicular, these two are relative position for a rectangular triangle. So when we are considering sine alpha means AB by BC, perpendicular by hypotenuse, right? So in that case it is P by H. Now cos alpha, it is base by hypotenuse, that is B by H. So now if I consider sine beta, in that case I will consider this AB as base and AC as the perpendicular, interchanging base and perpendicular. So in that case what will happen? Sine beta means B by H. Now what you can see it here, it is cos alpha, that is B by H, and here it is sine beta, that is also B by H. That means cos alpha equals to sine beta. That means cos of alpha means 90 minus beta. 90 minus beta equals to sine of beta. So this is what the definition of complementary angle, and this is what the formula. So this is one of the formula. So what is this formula? Cos of 90 minus beta equals to sine beta. Similarly, you can prove sine of 90 minus alpha equals to cos of alpha. Same thing, the same way. So since these two angles summation, it is 90 degree. So basically sine and cos interrelated. Cos of 90 minus alpha equals to sine alpha. Sine of 90 minus alpha equals to cos alpha. Equally, you can prove rest of the complementary angles also. For the rest of the trigonometric coefficient, you can also prove the complementary angle formula. Okay. So what we have already proven, that sine of 90 minus alpha equals to cos alpha. Then similarly cos of 90 minus alpha equals to sine alpha. That you can prove. Another formula is tan of 90 minus alpha equals to cot alpha. Cot of 90 minus alpha equals to tan alpha. and sec of 90 minus alpha equals to cosec alpha, cosec of 90 minus alpha equals to sec alpha. What is this 90 minus alpha? This 90 minus alpha is nothing but beta. This beta equals to 90 minus alpha, already we have seen. So beta equals to 90 minus alpha. So these alpha and beta complementary to each other. So formula in trigonometry with respect to complementary angles, these 6 formulas you need to remember. So, though we have covered in the first video about the trigonometrical ratio, right, there we have seen that sine and cos, these square formulas, sine and cos is related, sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1, but for square formulas, sec and tan are related, sec square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1 and cosec square theta minus cot square theta equals to 1, but for complementary angle, tan are cot and interrelated. Tan of 90 minus alpha equals to cot alpha, cot of 90 minus alpha equals to tan alpha. And similarly, sec of 90 minus alpha equals to cosec alpha, so cosec of 90 minus alpha equals to sec alpha. So you need to remember sine, tan, sec, and similarly you can reverse it, right? So now quickly I will prove this tan of 90 minus alpha equals to cot alpha, and similarly you can prove cot of 90 minus alpha equals to tan alpha also, right? So from this triangle, tan alpha equals to perpendicular AB by base AC. So AB by AC equals to P by B, perpendicular by base. Cot alpha equals to reverse, just reciprocal of tan alpha, that is base by perpendicular, so B by P. Now cot beta, what is cot beta? When we are considering beta angle, then we will consider this AB, which we considered earlier as the perpendicular with respect to alpha angle. Now for beta we will consider AB as the base instead of AC, and perpendicular will be AC. So cot beta, there we will have base by perpendicular, so base is AB, and perpendicular is AC, that means it will be P by B. So what is happening? Cot beta equals to tan alpha. This is tan alpha and this is cot beta. These two are equal, right? So cot beta equals to tan of alpha. So what is beta? Beta equals to 90 minus alpha. That means, or you can say cot of 90 minus alpha, that is equals to tan alpha. So which formula we have proven? Cot of 90 minus alpha equals to tan alpha. This one already, now we have proven this one. Cot of 90 minus alpha equals to tan of 90 minus alpha, sorry, we have proven this one. Cot of 90 minus alpha equals to tan alpha. This one we have proven, not this one. This one you can prove also similarly. Tan of 90 minus alpha equals to cot alpha. So cot beta equals to tan alpha, that means cot of 90 minus alpha equals to tan alpha. Similarly, with respect to this particular triangle, tan beta equals to cot alpha, that means tan of 90 minus alpha equals to cot alpha. So where you are saying 90 minus alpha, that is actually beta. So that means sine beta equals to cos alpha, alpha and beta, these two are complementary angles. So these are the formulas you can prove easily the way I have shown two formulas. So just one thing you need to remember, that perpendicular and base, these two have the relative position. Hypotenuse is always fixed, but perpendicular and base interchanging based on the angle it is given. When it is asking alpha, then your perpendicular is AB and AC is the base, because the angle between hypotenuse and base you need to consider in trigonometry. That's how it has been considered. And when it is beta, in that case the angle it is considered hypotenuse and base or adjacent. Sometimes people say base equivalent adjacent and perpendicular equivalent to run, right? So beta, in that case the base perpendicular, for alpha perpendicular is AB. Now for beta, perpendicular AB will be converted to base and hypotenuse is always fixed. That is the only concept you need to remember. We have covered complementary angles and how to prove these formulas. These 6 formulas you need to remember. Sin 90 minus alpha equals to cos alpha, cos 90 minus alpha equals to sin alpha, sec 90 minus alpha equals to cosec alpha, cosec 90 minus alpha equals to sec alpha, tan 90 minus alpha equals to cot alpha, cot of 90 minus alpha equals to tan alpha. This is a very simple kind of thing. If you understand this formula, then easily it is very easy to remember. Right? So this first topic already we have covered now. Sin 0 equals to cos 90, sin 30 equals to cos 60. Why? Because just now I have shown you the complementary angle. Sin theta equals to cos of 90 minus theta. So sin 30 degree equals to cos of 90 minus 30 degree, that is cos 60 degree. Therefore sin 30 degree equals to cos 60 degree. Now sin 45 degree equals to cos 45 degree, because if alpha plus beta equals to 90 and both alpha and beta is 45 degree, that means sin beta equals to 90 minus alpha, that is alpha is 45, beta is also 45. That means therefore sin 45 and cos 45 is 1 by root 2, both the ratios are same. How these values are related with respect to complementary angle, now you can relate. Sin 60 equals to cos 30. So sin 60 equals to cos of sin alpha equals to cos of 90 minus alpha. So sin 60 equals to cos of 90 minus 60, that is cos 30. Therefore sin 60 root 3 by 2, cos 30 is also root 3 by 2. Sin 90 equals to cos 0. Sin 90 equals to cos of 90 minus 90, that is cos 0. So sin of 91, cos of 0 is also 1. So this is what the values are related between sine and cos with respect to complementary angles. And simple problem. What is the value of sine square a plus sine square 90 minus a? Simple thing. What is the from complementary angle? Sine of 90 minus a. You know there is a square formula between sine and cos. Sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. So with respect to complementary angle, what you understood? That sine of 90 minus a equals to cos a. So if sine of 90 minus a equals to cos a, that means what we can write down from this step, that is equals to sine square a plus cos square a. Sine 90 minus a means cos a. So sine square a plus cos square a, that is equals to 1. Problem is done. With respect to complementary angle. Another problem. Sine 67 degree cos 23 degree plus cos 67 degree sine 23 degree. What is the value? Simple. What is the definition of complementary angle? We can say complementary angle, two angles, if the summation of two angles is equal to 90 degree, then we can say one angle is complement to another one. So here we can see there are two angles, 67 degree, 23 degree. So what is the summation of 67 plus 23? That is 90 degree. That means 67 is complementary of 23, 23 is complementary of 67. Now with respect to the complementary angle formula with respect to trigonometrical ratio. So how we can write down this to? Cos of 23 degree, this one we are considering. Cos of 23 degree equals to sine of 90 minus 23 degree, that is equals to sine of 67 degree. This part you are already converted cos 23 to sine 67. So sine square 67 you have done. This side you should not go for sine 23. I mean cos 67 equals to sine 23. Don't do that, because here already, what am I trying to say? You need to convert it into a formula sine square 23 plus cos square 23 or sine square 67 and cos square 67. Then only you can do it sine square 3 plus cos square 3 equals to 1. So the way you can do it, one part either sine square 23, another part also you need to convert to cos square 23. If you convert it to sine square 67, then you need to convert it to sine square 67. So both the angles should be same. That's how you need to convert. So cos 23 equals to sine 67, right? Cos 23 sine 67. Sine 23 degree equals to cos of 90 degree minus 23 degree, that is equals to cos of 67 degree. That means sine 23 cos 67, cos 23 sine 67. Just any way you replace the formula. So from here what you can write down, sine square 67 degree plus cos sine 23 equals to cos 67. That means you replace here sine 23 and then cos 67. Okay, so cos square 67 degree. Now it is sine square theta plus cos square theta, that is equals to 1. Right? So it is proven. So this is how you can utilize the complementary angle also, right? So if you like this video, then please click on the like button, and if you want to have this kind of video again and again, please subscribe my YouTube channel Dev's Learning Hub, and also follow my Facebook page with the same name Dev's Learning Hub. Okay, chalo, thank you very much.